Good morning, students. Welcome to VIII. Hope you all are fine and safe. Students, in the previous class, we have completed the chapter, The Lost Camel. Today, I am summing up the theme of the lesson, and also we will discuss the comprehension questions based on this chapter. Students, as we have discussed in the previous class, that two merchants or businessmen were searching for a lost camel in a desert. So now they saw an old man, and the two merchants asked the old man that whether he has seen a camel or not. So now the old man's answer were in the form of questions. Now the old man asked the two merchants that whether the camel is old or not, and the merchants agreed yes, it was an old camel. Then the old man asked that whether the animal is lame or not, lame in one leg or not. Then the merchants also agreed. Then the old man asked whether the camel was blind in the left eye or not. So now the merchants started thinking that this man must have seen the camel, because how this person is able to give a detailed information about the camel. So they thought this man must have seen the camel. So now they inquired, now they wanted to know whether the old man has seen the camel or not. But instead of answering the questions of the two merchants, the old man further asked the questions that whether the camel was carrying wheat in one side of its back or not. And secondly, when the old man, lastly when the old man asked the question that whether the camel was carrying honey on the other side or not, now both the merchants became suspicious. They became doubtful. They thought this man must have stolen the goods and must have killed the camel, because how this person is able to give a detailed information about the camel, about the physical appearance of the camel. Not only he is giving a detailed information about the physical appearance of the camel, but also at the same time he is giving a detailed information about the goods that animal was carrying. So they become suspicious, they became doubtful, and now they started grabbing the old man and they started telling that what do you think and where you have seen this animal. The old man told, I have not seen this animal. I have not seen this animal at all. And when the old man told that he has not seen the animal, now the two persons told. Now both the persons told that what are you thinking? Do you think we are fools? And now both the persons started grabbing the old man and started forcibly carrying him, started dragging the old man to the court. So now they dragged the old man to the court. And now when the old man reaches the court, now the two merchants, what happened? Now the judge listens the entire story from the two merchants. After listening the entire story from the two merchants, now the judge asked the question to the old man that where he has seen, where he has seen the lost camel. Now the old man told that, my lord, I have not seen the camel anywhere. I have not seen the camel in my life. So now when the old man told that I have not seen the camel in my life, then the judge asked, how do you know the camel is lame in one leg? If you have not seen the camel in your life, how do you know that the camel is lame in one leg? Then the old man told that, my lord, I look at the footprints on the sand and one of them could be hardly seen. So I thought that the camel is lame in one leg. Then the judge smiled and asked that why the old man thought the camel is blind in one eye. Then the old man answered that the animal had eaten the leaves of bushes on only one side. So I thought the camel is blind. So now the judge asked, why do you think that the camel was carrying wheat and honey? Then the old man answered that I saw ants carrying pollen grains of wheat on one side and bees flying around the other side. So now the judge became quite convinced with the old man's answer, and he told, I suppose so, I believe so. So now he turned towards the two merchants and told that this old man has used his eyes to look at the things, and you have eyes too. So you use your eyes to find out the animal. Not only you use your eyes, but also you use your intelligence to find out the animal. And once you find out the animal, look after it well and don't leave it alone and don't give him heavy load. So students, after that the judge sent them away. So this is the theme of the lesson, the lost camel. So students, let's discuss some comprehension questions. First the MCQ type and then the other questions based on this text. First question, the old man didn't ask the merchants whether the camel, the answer is was lost. So the old man has given detailed information about the camel, but he has not asked the question that whether the camel was lost or not. The old man asked the merchants whether the camel was carrying, answer is wheat and honey. Then the next one is, the merchants thought the old man had stolen the goods and killed the animal. Next, the old man knew the camel was blind in one eye because the answer is the leaves on only one side of the road had been eaten. Then the last question from the MCQ type, the judge found that the old man knew so much. The judge found that the old man knew so much about the camel because he used his eyes to look all things. He used his eyes to look all things. So students, let's discuss some comprehension questions. What is the story about? The answer is, the story is about a lost camel. The story is about a lost camel. Next question, what was the camel carrying? Students, the camel was carrying wheat and honey. Next question, who is intelligent in the story? Students, the old man is intelligent in this story. Students, who is kind? The judge is kind. Why? Because you see, at last the judge advises the two merchants, look after the animal well, or look after it well, don't leave it alone and don't give the camel heavy load. Okay, so it indicates the judge is kind. Then the last question, why do you think the merchants were cruel? The merchants were cruel because they left their old blind and lame camel alone and gave it heavy loads to carry. So not only the merchants left their old blind and lame camel alone, but also they gave it heavy loads to carry. So it indicates that the merchants were cruel. So students, today we have completed the lesson, the lost camel. So you read this lesson very thoroughly and try to answer the comprehension questions based on the text. Thank you. Have a nice day. See you in the next class.